everyone, welcome back. This month I have some fun goodies to show you. So I think I'll start with this big box right here, and then we'll get to this other fun stuff in a moment. So I'm gonna set this stuff to the side for a second. So, and I'll bring that right back. This is from the 1924 Linens and More. And I've shared her shop a couple times. It's the fabric that I like to use for making my art journals, and you can use it in slow stitching and collage, and it's a really wonderful way to get a fantastic curated bundle of lovely vintage fabrics and linens and laces to use in your work. And she has a subscription program which I joined for a few months, and this one is super exciting. So I'm trying to put this out at the beginning of November, as early as I can, because this is the November large box that she'll be sending out, which she has made into an advent calendar for us. And I can't even tell you how excited I am about that, because I love opening little presents all through December. And if you get the large subscription that she offers, she's going to wrap that up like little packages that you can open, I believe. So it comes in the great big box. Lovely. I haven't even opened it. I just cut the tape so I could see, and I must have sat something on top of the box to smash the box. Okay, keep the tissue paper. Look how pretty that is. So let me keep that. And let's see what goodies we have in here. Now the large subscription comes with the other subscriptions also. So let me just double check that I'm telling you correctly. And I'll link this underneath the video. So she's got 3 subscription levels: small, medium, large. Small is the lace snippets and miniature doilies. Medium is hand-dyed fabric bundles, 2 of them according to the season. And the large subscription has all the above, 50 plus pieces of fabric and ephemera, and an ephemera bundle of 40 pieces. But in November, the large subscription that she'll be mailing out has, from the 15th through the 20th of November, will be as an advent calendar. So if you order this before the 15th, she's going to be mailing these out between the 15th and the 20th. So if you get in there before that cutoff date, then you will get this advent style goodie box. So I'm super excited about that. So let's take a look here. So the small subscription box has the snippets. Ooh, let's see what we got in here. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun every month. I don't know if other people love getting goodies, but I was talking to my friend the other day because at the TJ Maxx I saw these Hello Kitty ramen noodle bowls and salt and pepper shakers and a whole bunch of stuff. And when I was a kid, Hello Kitty was big, and there were Hello Kitty shops in the mall, and they used to do these big grab bags for, you know, 20 bucks or whatever it was. And I used to beg my mother for a grab bag at the Hello Kitty store every time we even came within 10 miles of a mall. So I think I have enjoyed surprise boxes since I was a kid. That's apparently my thing. Okay, so 1924linensandmore.com, large. This is the lace snippet collection. She invites you to join her monthly subscription club. Every month you'll receive 15 lace snippets, 15 miniature doilies, and in her Etsy store, this would be $19, and if you subscribe, it's only $16. So you do get a whole bunch of extra goodies when you subscribe. So she says, why 1924 Linens and More? First of all, it'll be cheaper than my Etsy shop, so you'll save in the long term. And second, you'll receive a surprise envelope every month and never run out. So it's unique, original, upcycle, reused, curated, very inspirational, and truly vintage. So I just want to tell you all that while I'm opening, rather than just open it and you wonder how much it is or how it works. But I love these little pieces. Oh my gosh, I'm working on something for December. Keep this in mind. Okay, hang on. Okay, the box is in the way. So keep this in mind. I'm working on something for us for December. And of course, you know, it might be something to do with like a holiday thing. And look at this. This might be something that you see come back out. I'm telling you what, I can see it already. So, okay, I already have an idea for that. And I love these little lace tatted things because my grandmother did tatting, and I have a few pieces of my grandmother's lace, but I don't dare put them in something that I'm then like, oh, why'd I do that later? So I like that you get these pieces that you're not really emotionally tied to, and then you're not scared to put them in a fantastic piece that you're creating. Whoa, there are so many. Look at all these yummy goodies in here. I love these. Keep the wrappings. Oh, look at that one. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So glad I saw those little triangled ones. I'm telling you, that's going to come up here very soon on something I got planned. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Good box. Oh, I want them all. Okay, love all of that. Okay, good one. Okay, so that's the small. If you liked getting little tidbits and lace things, that's the small subscription. Okay, this is the medium subscription. And this one are hand-dyed color bundles. And in the monthly subscription, you'll get 2 sets of these. And she says with a first shipment, you get an extra bundle as a free gift for signing up for the medium or the large subscription. So that's pretty exciting. So this is the medium. Can't wait to see what's in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Try not to tear anything. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Look at that. He is gorgeous. That's a gorgeous Santa. So, feeling like pink Santa. All right. I love that we get a little piece of lace here. I use those. So when you unwrap these, don't throw out anything. This fabric and the little ribbon. But let's see what else we got. We got the Santa. I love the Santa. She had a funny little story on her Instagram yesterday. Sour cherry fruit flavored infusion. That sounds super fun. That she was putting together these bundles for November, and she lost the whole stack of Santas. So let's all hope that she finds where she hid the stack of Santas from herself. Look how sparkly that is. Look at that. It's got a sparkle. And I love the velvet. I want like a gigantic couple of yards of this velvet because I love it so much. Pretty. Let's see what else we got in here. Ooh, pretty lace and pink. I like when Christmas has themed colors. I also like blue and white. Like the pretty kind of aqua blue. I love that. Pretty. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, so we're going to call Pink Santa kind of amazing because he is amazing. I can see this as a journal cover front for me. You could use slow stitching. You could actually do this in a whole piece as like a Christmas art and have that framed and then hang it every year. He's truly lovely. Okay, let's see what else we got. Whoa, look how pretty this is. And this has like pretty poinsettias on it. Might not be a poinsettia, but it kind of looks like it. Another piece of pretty lace. Let's just see what else is in here. Another piece of that yummy velvet. You know, she hand dyes a lot of this stuff so that these bundles coordinate so beautifully. Oh, so much work. I don't know how she does it for what she does it for. Look at that pretty piece. That is a pretty piece. That will be lovely texture in something. It could be on the front of my journal cover. Oh, I got so much good stuff I can think with that. Look at that. Okay, I love that. Ooh, I'm telling you, I almost get more excited about the fabric snippets, and I don't even enjoy sewing all that much. But man, I sure do like making pretty things with fabrics and doing crafty stuff with it rather than making outfits. My grandmother made all the clothing for the whole family. My mother was like one of 6, but she was the baby. And she said she didn't even have a store-bought shirt until she got into high school, and she had to beg her mother to let her have a store-bought shirt because she had all handmade stuff. And now wouldn't you kill to have all your clothes custom handmade just for you? She didn't appreciate it because that's all she'd ever known. I thought that was hilarious. Oh, a piece of burlap. Okay, we like it. Okay, so the medium one, A+. Look at that. He is so lovely. Okay, I love that one. Okay, let's set this to the side. Okay, so the large, and depending on how it's wrapped, I may or may not open all these because I don't want you to know what the surprises are, but let's talk about the large. What is this? Pretty. Let's see. Oh, a piece of vintage wallpaper. It's a border around the top of a wall. So that's pretty cool. All right, I like that. I can see myself doing something collage work with that. Okay, I like it. Okay, so these large bundles are super limited this year because she had to make all this stuff. So there's not going to be a whole lot of them. So if this even sounds interesting, and let me tell you, it sounds interesting to me, and I'm not even like a full-time sewer. This is the large November subscription. She says, I know it's early, but Christmas is approaching, and as we all know, days are rolling away like hours. I wish I had 8 days in the week to finish or catch up with all my projects. Everything always takes more time than I anticipated, like wrapping every package in this advent calendar. But if you love what you do, but if you do it with love, then time doesn't matter, right? Please open it on December 1st and enjoy one day at a time. Slow down. Think of new projects. Think about this past year and do one small project each day in December if you have time. May this holiday season bring you joy and inspiration for your crafts. Oh, I'm so excited already. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up. Oh my gosh, I don't want to tear the lovely sticker. Oh, let's not tear the sticker. So you got a pretty piece of collage paper. Whoa, look at all this lovely little goodies. Now I'm going to not open all these because I don't want to spoil the surprise for you. But let's just kind of oogle at the parts that we can see. Here's day 13. So she's got these numbered. Day 1 looks like some maybe little yummy pieces there. Ooh, day 2. Okay, day 3. So you're gonna know it's got fabric and lace bits and ephemera because that's what the large package is. But how exciting does it look as you see all the numbered pieces and how creative she was putting this together? And, you know, there's that book that's like love languages and stuff, and I've never read the whole book, but I know for a fact that my personality, my love language, whatever, is gifts. And I always loved lots of little tiny gifts at Christmas, and my mother always somehow knew that, so she always had lots of little things for me to open, and I feel like we're back in that time because, you know, my mother's no longer with us, and my stepdad is like, here's a $20 gift card. You know, he's not real creative with the Christmas, and now I feel like I'm back there getting to open little packages at Christmas, and you can see little tiny peeks, but I don't want to spoil it for you. What could that be? Ooh, look at these. Oh my gosh, this is incredibly thoughtful and creative. Oh my gosh. And there's an entire, looky here, all the way, there's 23, there's 24, all the way to the end, and like a little Christmas card at the end, it looks like. So like day 25. Okay, I'm not going to open it all. I'm going to make you want this box instead of opening all of these. But I cannot tell you, this truly just made my whole December better. Okay, so oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much I love this. This is super fun. I don't want to spoil it for you, so we're not going to open all those up right now, but this, run and get the large box because this is crazy, insanely thoughtful. The way that she has curated, I want to put this back in the box. these packages for an advent calendar, and let me tell you, I look every year for some kind of creative advent calendar something, because I would like a really good curated art advent calendar. But I think the only way you're going to get a really good created art calendar is if you make it yourself. Wow. Which is just a shame, because I know there's art advent calendars out there from like Arteza and stuff like that. But I don't want the cheap advent calendar. I want it with good stuff. I mean, I want the good stuff. And with that collection, that is the good stuff. So it's super duper limited. If you order those before she starts shipping those out, she's shipping between the 15th and the 20th of November, she said, you can get that box. Oh my goodness. Totally. I almost want to cry. I loved it so much. Okay, so this is one of the things I use all those fabrics on, my handmade journals. And this one's sitting here because I'm working in it. But I wanted to point out the button. Everybody asks me every time they see me flip the cover and see it real quick that hadn't taken this class. They asked me about the button. And I mentioned several times that I got these at, I thought, Hobby Lobby. And somebody else mentioned in a comment last month that they thought maybe I got those at Joann, because that's like some of the Joann ones. So I went looking for some more because I love them that much. And I did find some that were at Hobby Lobby and some that were at Joann. So I think you would have good luck getting some little buttons at either place. But let me tell you the difference of going to Joann and Hobby Lobby. So these organic ones are from Joann's, and they were priced per button, and they were like, I want to say like $4 probably per button, and they were full price. They weren't even on sale. What the heck? Hobby Lobby, and by the time you watch this video that sale may be over, but Hobby Lobby had this gigantic button sale, and all the buttons, no matter what the price was, were 99 cents or $1.99. And so all of these were 99 cents, and then anything from up to $3.49 were 99 cents. These would make me just as happy on the front of a journal as the ones, like that would be just as beautiful. So I am not going to tell you that I might have bought all of the ones that were at my store. But I may have. But I wanted to show you the variety. 99 cents versus like $5 at Joann's. Big difference. And then they also had all of the very expensive buttons, which were $3.50 and up, $1.99. And so now I'm like, what? Look at these. They're like beautiful vintage buttons kind of things. But can't you see these as a journal closure on some of the vintage fabrics and stuff? So yes, I did go overboard and buy a whole bunch. But look at my button collection now. Look at these. Oh my goodness. This one. Look at that one. So, and then they had some interesting closures. So this was $1.99 because the price was $4.99. And so this is like a little button closure, so I can see two pieces of ribbon coming together and closing it with a button. Kind of like I've done with this where I twisted it around, but that could be the closure. So that was really fun. And look at these. These look like some earrings my grandmother had. Yeah, I did love them so much. Look at that. Now I got like all the diamonds. I'm going to be the little old lady wearing all my diamonds at once, but they're not real diamonds, they're buttons. And look at this one. That was just so pretty. Okay, so maybe you'll get lucky and go over to the Hobby Lobby if you've got one around. Raid the button aisle if they're still on sale, because these are crazy good prices right now. Look at the fun little box I found at the TJ Maxx. So that's my fancy buttons box, because my grandmother's button box is packed. Okay, so this, look what I have here. Let me just look on my phone, because as of today, and I'm filming this here at the end of, beginning of November. This November 2nd that I'm filming this. As of today, if you go to the Ranger website, they still have this in stock. So now is your chance to run and grab a couple of these, because I'm going to be working in more journals here on my YouTube channel, probably for the life of the channel, because I love them. This is the smaller size. This is not the great big one like I'm working on, but it's the same. Everything else is the same, but this is like 8 by 10. I think the other one I'm working on is probably like 10 by 14. I mean, we know it's really, really big, but it's on the other side of the room. So I'm not going to show it to you today, but I know you've all seen me working in it, so we know what it is. It's great, great big. This one is the same thing, but it's 8 by 10. It is a really nice size. I do like this size, and after working in my handmade journals, it is about the same size as my handmade journals. So that's about the size of this. And this is the last run. I think this is the very first book that she made. And they did a little last run of this very first book for anybody that maybe didn't get it when she first started making these, like me. And so they're not going to make these again. They're not going to run these again. And I think this was just supposed to be a little filler with the interim of 2 new journals that she's coming out with next year. And these were supposed to be out earlier this year. I kept looking and looking because somebody mentioned it, and I was just like, finally had given up, and then finally they came out. So apparently there were some supply chain issues in getting these in, but it's got the watercolor paper, the burlap paper, the canvas, and the craft paper. So if you've been watching all of me, the videos that I've made working in the journals, and you really wanted one, run and grab these. And I have seen on the day that the couple days that it came out, they sold out on the Ranger site, but then the next day they added more stock. So if everybody runs and buys this in the middle of this video and then it says sold out, wait until the next day and check again, and the next day and check again, because they seem to be adding more stock every day if they've still got stock. So I don't know if their system limits how many they can put in, or if they limit themselves to how many they can ship a day. I don't know. This is it. If you have wanted one, run right now and buy it, because these are not going to last, and this is the last run, and once they're gone, they're gone. So super excited about that. I may have got a couple myself, even though I like my handmade journals way more. I just thought maybe I would want one. It's the fear of missing out. Okay, looky here. Looky here. Now you saw me show the in the Sketchbox, the holiday box, that they got a couple of these Copic Acrea markers. And when I got to do that box and I filmed that video, I got like an early look at this product. And so then I was like, whoa, and it was brand new. And I was like, whoa, when that comes out, I want all the colors. And so now it has come out. And so this is 4 boxes of 6. So what's that, 24? So there's 24 colors. I just ordered all of them. These are light fast. They are not acrylic paint like the Posca, like I thought they were. These are some type of ink, but they look like the Posca when you draw with them. They kind of reminded me of my Archer and Olive pens, but they seem sturdier with maybe more ink in them, and they shouldn't dry up. Like sometimes these dry up and then you can't use them anymore, or you gotta, like, I don't know, soak the nib and stuff. And so I'm like, oh, what a lot of trouble. But I like the colors. So these, they are, you gotta pump them to get them started, but look how fast they start. They're beautiful. They draw on top of all kinds of amazing stuff. They're light fast. And I am super excited to have gotten these, and they're on the Blick site now. I didn't think they were coming out till like November 1st, but last week I ordered them and they came, so super fun. There's 3 sets of colors and then a set with metallics. And somebody showed them off in my Facebook group and said, ooh, look what I got. And I'm like, ooh, I got them too for my art haul. And then they opened it and said, oh, every single one is in a plastic wrapper. And so I actually unwrapped 3 of these, but I want to show you my trick for getting these out of that plastic. If I can find the one I left. Here we go. Okay, so these I left in the plastic. So these are all wrapped in plastic. What a pain in the butt. So you could have some child come over and try to get these open if you've got somebody little that you can push that task off on. But what I do is twist these so that the top and the bottom are no longer connected, and then if it looked like they split pretty cleanly, then I'm good, and I don't even bother taking it off of, you know, the whole pin. But if they didn't, which is the box? I did not open all of them. That must have been one I still opened because it moved. Here we go. Okay, here's one where it's not open. So basically what I did is I didn't worry about them being wrapped, but so I just twisted the top, and then that gives you a little lip to catch onto to tear the plastic if you have to tear the plastic off. And then other than that, as long as it was a clean split, I didn't even care if there was still plastic on the back part. But that's kind of my secret to getting into these a little quicker without having to fight with the plastic that they wrapped each of these pins with, because it was kind of that was a fail, you know, kind of like with the these little Arctic markers not sticking the numbers on the pins. These right here where I had to put little stickers on it, that was a fail. Wrapping every single pin is a fail. But that is how I get open really quickly. I twist the top and then I can pull it off if it's in my way, or I can just leave it on the pin. So I just thought I'd mention that because that is kind of a pain to have to go through and get all those off yourself. Why did they do that? You wrap it up and you stick it in a box. I mean, talk about packaging overload. Give us a little break here, Copic. So those are at Blick. I will link those below. Look at this. Okay, so this was a recommendation from somebody in my Facebook group. And so she'll know who she is when she sees this. I love that people will find really interesting things. Oop, I must have had paint on there. Dang it, look at there. There's paint on me. Ah! I love that. People will share with me. It must have been on that box and I just made a mess. So I did not let it dry on whatever box I had that on. Yes, I did. I made a mess. Okay. That's too funny. I love that people will kind of share super interesting things with me. And the reason why I really love this, because you know I have really loved this book, Creative Abstract Watercolor, because I've been working through it in my journal. This is a book like that you can work through it in your journal. Same kind of concepts, but with collage. Oh my goodness, right? Look at these. This is collage, just like we did with the watercolor, with creative exercises and examples and ideas. Don't you see that we could have done that in that watercolor book? I mean, hello. And same kind of setup where it's giving you like the layers in different till you get to the finished piece. Ideas galore, different landscapes. I mean, for reals, how exciting does this look? Now, I definitely see this as a project in my future. I already like cutting stuff up, and this is like cutting it up and rearranging it. Oh, it's super fun. Super fun. So yes, this, and it's got collage and mark making. Does that not look exactly like some of the stuff that we do in the watercolor book? So yeah, this is an exciting book. Like, seriously, this one might be like the next one I work through next year, or maybe I don't know. I just so excited looking at it. It's crazy creative. I love it. So this book, Collage du Jour, Techniques, Tutorials, Inspiration for Paper Lovers by Lucy Duclos, D-U-C-L-O-S. Definitely going to be right up there with the Creative Abstract Watercolor as a favorite. And you're not even going to believe this. Look at this one! Brand new. Just came out a day or two ago because my copy just got delivered yesterday. So this is brand spanking new right off the presses, just came out. This is Modern Watercolor Workshop. And it is just like that other one too. A calm and creative approach. Pooja Kinjal Rani. I'm positive I said that wrong. I will link it below the video. But this book is just like the other one. We've got so many creative things, which let me tell you, now that I've mostly made my way through the creative abstract watercolor book, you know, I've been doing those, you know, the mindful exercises and stuff. These are some that are coming up, but I've made it to about like right here, and there's a few more hiding in here, but I still got like half the book left. So I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to come up with my own ideas. No, I'm just kidding. I thought that would be the perfect like last half, is maybe to do some from this book, because this book also, whoa, look at that, Christmas. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. So this book has patterns with stuff like fall goodies and Christmas goodies here, but it also has the patterns that we kind of enjoyed out of the other books. So patterns and mark making galore. I mean, I'm just more ideas. Look at the fishies. I definitely want a fishy one. Oh yes, we're definitely gonna have a fish set going fishing. And then we've got some boho skies, flowers in the little folk style there, kind of like the Scandinavian folk look. I love that look. So you can see how this one could kind of build on. Love the flowers, love the flowers. You can see how this would be the perfect companion to the other book if you worked your way through that book with me. And here is more ideas and patterns and designs to inspire you and to keep you working and building your skills. And it's even bigger than the other book. The other book is like a compact treasure trove of stuff. This one's like way bigger. Could be they just spread the projects out further, but I just love all the ideas in here. And so I think you're going to love this one too. And it is brand new, hot off the presses, Modern Watercolor Workshop. So I will link that below the video also. Okay, now we're getting down to the favorites, the reason why I make these videos. I got my Stencil Girl stencils and my Sketchbox. All right, let's see what we got this month. What? Look at these. Ooh, look at these. Look at these. I love stencils like this. So this, look at all these little patterns. Okay, this is going to be a favorite. Definitely a favorite. So this is the Stencil Girl Stencil Club, and you have to be a member of the club to get the stencils, and you have to look on the club page if you want to see what past months were. They don't put these stencils anywhere else on the website but on this club page. So these are Stencil Club 1024 by B. Wyatt. I love this one. It has like every favorite thing, like a little bit of pattern, a little bit of punchinella, a little bit of stripes and dots, and pretty little decoration and some flowers. And so this is Stencil Girl. It's $25 a month. And when I joined this one, and I'm not an affiliate for Stencil Girl, so I just show you most of the stuff I show you because I buy it myself and I love it and I want you to love it too. Not an affiliate for this Stencil Girl, simply because I couldn't find an affiliate thing on it, but I certainly would be if I could be. I'm sure I could just like mail them and ask them, but I hadn't heard anybody mention it and I haven't seen any information on it. But I truly love getting the stencils every month from Stencil Girl. And I really only planned on doing a month or two and then not continuing it on. I have continued it on because I just like to get fun surprises in the mail every month. And then they're going to give me stuff that maybe I would use, maybe I would never have thought of getting for myself. And then we have come up with some of the coolest paintings with some of these stencils that we were like, I don't know about this. And those are my favorite paintings. So now I'm like, okay, we're just going to keep this up because I truly love the Stencil Club. Those are going to be good. Okay, Sketchbox. Sketchbox is so creative. They are the ones that introduce me every year to something that becomes my very favorite. They introduced me to all the Curated stuff. This paste, you'll just hear me talking about it till the day I die. Curated Gold Mica Paste. It was in a holiday box a couple years ago. Favorite art product of all time. They're just so creative. They introduced us to the Copic Acrea. They work with these vendors and then they do the most creative curations of their boxes. So out of all the art box companies, you know, I used to get 3 of them because I thought, ooh, I want 1, 3 is better. But after a year of getting the other ones, and I won't mention any names there, I have cut those out because they were just not very exciting, and they were sending me stuff that you could buy anywhere, and I just got to where I was like, I don't really care what these other ones are doing. So let's see what we got this month. This is Premium Mixed Media Graphite Box. You know, I love the graphite. If you've been around my channel for any time, all the graphite things were my very favorite. I was obsessed with them for quite a long time. There's lots of videos and workshops and classes that I did. Oh, graphite things. So anytime a graphite thing comes up, I'm pretty excited. And let me tell you, you can make watercolor graphite out of any watercolor you have. If you've got some tube watercolors with this graphite powder. Wah! Yes, so if you've got any kind of, let's say, let me just grab a random one here, Daniel Smith. You can put a little dab of this watercolor in here, a little tiny scoop of the graphite powder, mix it up, and you have made your own graphite watercolors in any color that you have. It's that easy. This gives it kind of a beautiful smoky quality, so even these bright colors will end up muted and smoky, which is what I love, like love. So now we can all play. Look at the fun little sticker. All right, so we've got 3 colors. We've got a green, a red, and a blue. I like that they gave me a mixing pan because they already knew I was going to want to mix some of my own. And let's just throw some water on these and let them be activating for a second while I'm talking, because we want to see what those are. All right, so these are Derwent graphite pan set. So the other ones I have that are my favorite are the Curated. I may have some Derwent ones, I don't know. I went through a whole phase where I was experimenting and obsessed with the graphite. So we've got a lovely brush. This is the flat shader number 6. I like it. That's a good one. Okay, and then we've got 3 pens, which are the graphite pencil set. Let's see what's in here. So give me a little scrappy here, people. Here we go. I got some little scraps here. Let's just see what we got. Let's see what these are, and we'll see if they're water soluble. All right, we got a fun brown, fun olivey green, fun purple. I got some water over here. Does this say they're water soluble? Let's see. Create crisp lines or subtle details, buff outlines, and create washes by going over them with water. So they are water soluble. I just try to stick a brush on them whether they are or not. Look at that fun color. That is like green gold with some graphite in it. These are a little brighter than the Curated ones, so I do like that. So I'm going to think that there is less graphite powder in these than the Curated ones, so they're brighter. Look at those colors. Those are super cool. So when you're making your own, because don't tell me you're not going to be tempted now that I've mentioned just use your tube ones with the watercolor powder. When you're making your own, you know what, let's just do this. Let's just do it. This is Cascade Green. Since it's the one that I can reach, I can't actually see the drawer these are in. It's a little bit above my head. But let's just do this. And I've got a little scooper somewhere. Let's just use this here. All right, we'll just use a little knife. Ooh, oh, be careful you don't suck some of this up into your lungs. And just a little tiny bit of graphite powder. It's very finely ground, so good deal. and we could take a brush and mix that up, or you can just kind of mix it up with your palette knife. Very easy to just kind of mix in, and then we are ready to go. And let's just see what we got there. Look at that. Let's see, what color is Cascade Green even by itself? I don't remember. So it might not be too much darker depending on how much graphite I just put in there. And this is definitely something where you want to test these out and then maybe add more graphite powder and then test them out some more. Oh, look, now see, you can see how that darkened it and made it smokier. Big difference. So you could like mix some of this, test it, mix some more graphite powder into it, test it. And when you get something that you like, you could put these in a little watercolor pan yourself, and you can let those dry and keep using it. So you could mix up enough to have your own pans of graphite watercolor in any color that you want. Super excited about that. That is super fun. So it also came with some mixed media paper, piece of art. But there we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. What an awesome, awesome box. Look at these Copic markers. Wow. I like how the ink is there basically within like 3 little taps. So these are the metallics, and I really liked, it's copper, I really liked the gold metallic in the Sketchbox that we got because it was nice and shiny. And that's, of course I said that, and then this one's like extra to get it out, but there we go. But I did like how shiny and metallic-y the gold and the metallic was. So I do think I'm really going to like the Copic in place of, say, a dip pen with my dip ink. Super fun. That copper, really lovely. So I normally do like a whole big art project too, but I talked so long about the goodies that we got this month that I think I'm going to wrap it up here with just showing you the goodies, and then we will get these out and be using them in some projects coming up. But I did have like some extra good stuff that could go on your Christmas list and you might go ahead and let people know that you want a Sketchbox subscription and you need these books, and every one of you needs this large set by 1924 Linens and Things, because that advent calendar, I'm so thrilled about that. And if that didn't thrill you to the bottom of your toes, I don't know what would. Now, don't you want like an art one that's just as amazing rather than having cheap art supplies? Maybe it'd be random really nice art supplies. I wish Sketchbox did an advent calendar in addition to like the holiday box. I'd totally buy that. Hope you had fun with me today, and I will see you guys next time.